makes him a very old Toastmaster. He loves mentoring new members and helping them to get to the most of their experience of Toastmaster. Please help me welcome Don Hugh.
Well, it's fortunate for me that Richard has a topic which leads to my speech. And my speech is about equality. So we had a little battle between men and women, Christian war, whatever, today. So I'm going to test you all today about what you really think about equality. I'm going to be frank with you. I really don't believe in equality for all. You might think that's strange. But how many of you believe in equality for all? We're only at 50-50. So the other people aren't equal to you, so. This sign up there, a person is a person no matter how small. That's kind of about equality, isn't it? We're all the same, no matter what. I want to disprove that today. See how much trouble I can get into with you men and you women. There was an article about Barbara Walters when she went to Kuwait in the late 1990s, and she observed the women walking behind the men 10 paces. And she was very upset about the status of their society and the inequality of women in Kuwait. When she went back there 10 years later, all of a sudden the women were walking in front. And she said, wow, my speech made a difference. Then she asked the women, said, wow, how come you guys made so much progress? And the lady came up and said, well, it's about the landmine. Oh. That's the kind of equality I know. So I'm going to test you to see what you really think about equality. I'm going to ask Dunn, if I was to give you 3 choices of how you would say something to your girlfriend, I want you to tell me which of the ones you would choose. First, you could say to your girlfriend, if you were walking down the street and went by a bevy of beautiful women, wow, all those girls are just so beautiful. They're exceptional, different than you. Choice number 1. Wow, those women out there are so beautiful, but you are more beautiful than they. Choice 2. All you women look alike. Okay, which one of those, what did I get? You got 3 choices. No. Oh, the situation. The situation is, those women over there are more beautiful. Your girlfriend is more beautiful. Well, they're all the same. Oh, no. Those women are more beautiful. Ooh. Okay, women, tell me. What would be your choice? What would be the answer that you would want to hear? What? What's the second? The second? I'm more beautiful?
Well, because if it was me looking at other guys, I would rather have the pride knowing that I was with a man that I find most attractive than all of them.
So what just happened to your theory about equality?
But attractiveness is subjective.
We don't want to be equal, do we? Isn't that strange that we apply this rule of equality, but not me? I'm special, I'm different, right? Now, all you know, I went to India last November, and one of the things they warn us about is poverty over there. And the one thing that Americans have a real difficult thing doing is looking the people in the eye when the beggars come up and pull on your. They have no shoes, they have no legs, they have nothing, and they just put their hands out and they're begging. Now, How many of you believe in equality and that you should share everything you have? How many raise your hand? Come on, let's be honest now. Because, wow, when you're there and there's a billion of them and there's one of you, now let's make this equal. Isn't that strange that we have a different set of values when we really talk about equality for all? Am I making you a little nervous yet as to what we think and profess and believe? How many of you saw the movie Lincoln? Well, you all know the story of Lincoln, so I'm just going to surmise the movie, at least from my point of view, how I saw the movie. Of course, Lincoln fought to free the slaves, and he had to deal with the North and the South and the politicians. The movie, to me, was about the ability for Lincoln to get the two as a compromise to accomplish the Emancipation Proclamation. But there was one Northerner who insisted on equality for all. You remember that part of it? And he could not get that man to stop pushing the Congress to get equality for all. And in the South, they were pushing to shoot down his whole idea. So they had a plan. They had a plan to set up that one guy, put him in Congress, and ask him, Senator Thomas was it? Or I can't remember the exact name, but so they asked him, we'll just ask him in point blank in Congress what he thinks about equality, because he thought about equality for all women, all races, all economic status. He believed in equality for all. So the crucial moment for Lincoln came when they were going to have this congressional hearing, and they asked him to come to the front and say, Senator Thompson, what is it that you believe in this bill and what we should accomplish with this bill for equality? After Lincoln had talked to this person for a long time, everybody went hushed. Yes, I believe in equality for all. But you, Senator from South Carolina, you are not my equal. You're fat, you're stupid, and ugly. I'm different than you. Isn't that funny? Because what he said made all the difference in the world about how we feel about equality. He says, I believe in equality for all, under the law. But as far as I'm concerned, you and I are not equal. So here's my summary of what I'm trying to say. I believe in equality more or less. When you have more than me, I think in equality even more. If I have more than you, I think about equality less. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I think about equality. All right.
Thank you, Dagmar. Honored guests, Toastmasters, especially Don Hugh. Don was speaking from the Advanced Communication series, Humoristically Speaking, project number 5, the humorous speech. I was looking through this manual, very interesting. I haven't done this one. But you do a series of 5 humorous speech. And it shows how you use humor in your speech. You can either use it to open, to draw your audience into it. You can use humor to close, to leave them laughing, or you can use it throughout your speech to keep them excited and alive and awake. This particular one, the last speech, number 5, it really is to give an entire humorous speech, one whose primary purpose is to entertain. This would be suitable for the humorous speech contest. By the way, Don is a very funny guy. I think that's your best forte. He's done a number of humor speech contests. He's done the Toastmaster for that, and he's done a very good job. He's a doctor, yet he's not afraid of going up there wearing a funny hat or a funny shirt and making himself look silly. But we love you for that, and it really works. First, the good parts. I love how you tie in the table topics. The sign, that's a sign of a good Toastmaster, when you can play the moment on the cup to bring that in, to bring your audience in. You started off with a joke about the landmine. That was pretty nice. And you asked a question to bring your audience. How many people up there believe in equality? But where I think you really failed here is that you didn't really create a humor speech that was strictly to entertain. It was like the wrong person with the right subject. The topic itself was too philosophical. It's too serious to really make fun of it. Especially when you got into Lincoln. It was more historical than anything. I was waiting for a big punchline, but that didn't really come. You tied in some good jokes, yes. There were some good moments there, but it was not a humorous speech. It was a good speech, but there again, wrong topic. So, I think you had a very good close. You know, if we look at it just as a speech itself, it was a very good speech about equality. You had some good points there to make think about that. And tying in, you know, where do we stand on equality? Well, it's where you are looking at the other person. You know, is it more or is it less? So that was a good close. I think we would have better equality in competition if you just watch your time.